Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the Canadian Prairie. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Temperatures across the Prairie provinces right now, coldest in the east, warmer in the west as we start to feel some of the influence from a building ridge in advance of another approaching trough. So we'll get another 24 to 48 hours of warming here before temperatures fall back cooler across much of the Prairie. So minus 11 in Winnipeg this morning. Contrast that with 0 in Calgary as we get started on this Monday morning. Here's a look at the satellite picture across the region. Again, the very strong jet stream winds associated with this approaching coastal storm here has been blasting the Pacific Northwest and parts of British Columbia with a lot of coastal rain, high elevation snowfall, and a lot of that missing us here in the Prairie provinces off to the south and to the west, again sticking to the more mountainous regions off to our west and to our south. So check in with the radar here on Monday morning. Again, some very light snowfall possible from Grand Prairie to Edmonton, some light flurries in that area, maybe some light flurry or snow action here. Some light snow flurries across parts of Regina into the Brandon area here, just a few snowflakes, but not looking at anything really focused or providing any real accumulation as we head through the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, as we put the high-resolution NAM model into motion, we will have a couple of opportunities for some snow here, especially in the west. This next system, I'm taking it here quickly through Monday. This is the picture here as we head through the rest of the day. Today, those flurries off to the south here across southeastern Manitoba, or southeastern Saskatchewan, southwestern Manitoba. Those should wane as we head through the morning hours. And then the same thing with that snow up toward Grand Prairie and Edmonton. Expect maybe a few more snowflakes as we head through the morning hours, but that should taper off by midday as well. Heading into the overnight and then into the morning on Tuesday, we'll see another little disturbance lifting, bringing maybe some snow chances to Calgary up toward Edmonton during the day on Tuesday. And then another piece of that comes across on Wednesday, late in the day on Wednesday into Wednesday overnight, bringing a narrow corridor of snow again through maybe the Calgary area, perhaps clipping you down in Medicine Hat, probably going to be off to your north, and then kind of splitting between Saskatoon and Regina as we head into Thursday morning. So here's the total snow accumulation with that between now and Thursday midday. And again, much of this is the snow that's potentially falling now, a light coating on the southern border of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Here's your Wednesday night into Thursday morning little corridor here. And again, we'll hone in on this and have one more opportunity to take a look at it on Wednesday morning when we talk in our regional forecast update. But here it is, anywhere from 5 to 10 centimeters, generally from Calgary over toward the Regina area, kind of between Saskatoon and Regina in the Highway 16 vicinity. But this is going to be a narrow corridor of snow, so high variance in this in the region here. Again, short distance between picking up no snow and potentially 10 centimeters of snow is what I'm trying to get across here. So we'll talk about it again in 48 hours. But here's the jet stream pattern, the one that drives the warmth. There it is in advance of the next approaching trough. You can see this digging across the Pacific. You get some ridging out in advance of that. And that's what helps us warm up, even if just for another couple of days, because the trough makes its way ashore, and then we are once again under troughing across Western Canada. And now, the good news is we're not going to go to a highly amplified pattern. We're not going to dig a huge trough way down across the Rockies. And we're not also going to be bringing in any sort of accumulating or heavy accumulating snow here with this. It's really going to send us back into a more seasonally appropriate chilly pattern, but with rather stable temperatures as we head through the back half of the week, and not really that much in the way of precipitation chances. So here's the next 10 days, your precipitation anomaly. And again, as we continue to just blast the Pacific Northwest and British Columbia here, a lot of Pacific moisture, coastal rains, and high elevation snows, but then we end up with a bit of a rain shadow effect here, just not the right trajectory to bring a lot of focused precipitation into the Prairie or the northern plains of the United States. So a bit drier there. The two corridors we'll be watching over the next 10 days would be the Pacific Northwest and then here through the central U.S. into the Ohio Valley, which this is a very typical La Nina pattern. So we're kind of fitting the mold perfectly here with this drier leaning pattern across the Prairie, but one that's also going to be sending shots of cold air into the region. So here's your temperature, or here's your precipitation forecast as we head through the next week or so from the European model. Again, getting it started with our day-to-day, snow tapers off where we're seeing that from Grand Prairie into Edmonton, and then on the southern border of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. The next chance for snow then emerges as we head through the day on Tuesday. Just some light flurries possible in western Alberta, Calgary up toward Peace River. Again, very light snow possible across that region. Better chance for a narrow focused area of accumulating snow as we get in here late in the day Wednesday and then into Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Again, this one cutting kind of along the Highway 16 corridor as we make our way through that Wednesday night into Thursday timeframe. Snow should be tapered off, high pressure moving in. If there is any snow falling during the day Friday, it'll be very, very light snow flurry action. Same thing as we head through the day on Saturday. And this is where we kind of get into that period where we don't really have that much in the way of focused upper level support. So temperatures are going to fall back to more seasonally appropriate levels. But then there's not much in the way of real focused storm systems or a real focused precipitation as we head through the back of the week. So let me take it quickly through the end of the week once again, what we've got right now from the European model. This is taking it through that last little shot of some accumulating snow here Wednesday into Thursday. Then we get into Friday, dry, getting into Saturday, taking it through Sunday, getting into the weekend now. Maybe a chance for some snow here in southern Manitoba, but that is very, very light. These systems cut across and then really don't get their act together and tap into deep moisture until they get into the Great Lakes. So we end up with something like this. Here is the precipitation forecast on the left, just total precip. And then on the right, we've got total snow accumulation between now and Saturday, November 21st. And again, you see a bit of a not completely dry, but a generally dry corridor here across the prairie where we're talking about trace amounts of accumulating precipitation, all besides or all except for that little kind of narrow focused area that we could get some snow, generally a kind of hugging Highway 16 in central Alberta and then trailing off as you head further to the east into portions of central Saskatchewan. Otherwise, we're looking pretty quiet as far as precipitation goes, flurries or less over the next 5 to 7 days. Here's your temperatures in Calgary again. You get that brief warm-up falling back off rather quickly from a high of 6 on Tuesday down to -4 on Thursday. So again, a very brief warm-up here. This was expected, of course, just a temporary bit of ridging here in advance of our next wave of troughing across the region. 6 for the high on Tuesday and Wednesday in Medicine Hat, 0 on Thursday. Regina, we're climbing from -5 today to 5 on Wednesday, back down to -2 on Thursday. Very similar look in Saskatoon. And then here we go, Winnipeg finishing with you, -5 on Monday, 3 for the high on Wednesday, falling back to a few degrees below 0 for the highs as we head into the weekend.